Go.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. My name is Marty Alson. Thank you so much for your time today, and we will go ahead and get started. So, before we get to the topic of our conversation, I would like to get some essences of my surrounding. So, please stand up if you live in the Atlanta area or any of the surrounding cities of Atlanta. Please stand up. Okay? All right. So only two people did not get up out of 20 people. That's fine. Remain standing if it takes you more than 30 minutes to go to work. Okay? Only one person sat down. Okay? Remain standing if it takes you over an hour to go to work and come back. Okay? So three people sat down. So we went from 20 to 2 to 3. So we're down with really roughly 14, 13 people still standing. Please look around you. We have a problem. We have a problem in Atlanta. It is taking most of you, majority of you, over an hour to commute from work to Atlanta. As a project manager, I go to work Monday to Friday, a 9 to 5 job, and it takes me over an hour. On a good day, 45 minutes. Worst day, an hour and 10 minutes. But majority of the time, it is roughly an hour long. So what does that mean? Even as a real estate agent, most of my clients, the first question I ask them when I meet with them is, where would you like to live? Where do you see yourself moving to? They're like, Marley, I would like to be somewhere that's 20 minutes away from Atlanta. I said 20 minutes. The next question I always ask, during what time of the day? Because it frankly matters depending on the time, depending on the day, on how long it takes you to go to work. But most people that works a standard 9 to 5 job, who lives the suburbs area, who lives the surrounding city to go to Atlanta, it will take them a 5 mile drive will take maybe 45 minutes. That's how bad it is. So this presentation is simply a proposal. We are not solutionizing anything. This is simply calling out the fact that we have a problem and we need to fix that problem. Just last year, it cost the US more than $300 billion due to traffic issues. And here's why. Drivers are spending over 27 hours a week sitting in traffic, going from bumper to bumper. Bumper to bumper leads to accident. The engine running longer than it should or expected to causes pollution. Pollution causes global warming. Think about the environment. As well as your car. The car, you're using mileage, you're using energy, using and gas. You have to put gas in this car. The car is running while you're sitting in traffic. It's using gas. So in total, an analysis has been done where it cost over $300 billion last year. Now, do you believe we have a problem? Imagine using the $300 billion to better the schools. Imagine using $300 billion to hire some professors, to provide more training for your students, for your kids, for our society. Think about after school activities, more sports, more programs, more clubs, more training. We could use the part of that money for that. But no, instead it's been used for traffic issues that has not been resolved. Second, think about retirements. Most people who retire relies on, government funding. And sometimes it's just not enough. It's just not enough. A portion of that $300 billion could go to retirement. What about using that some of that $300 billion that we lost and putting it into the actual road, into the actual transportation? Think about homeless people, building shelters for them to have a housing, for them to have somewhere to be. Think about not just homeless people, but think about non-profit organization that is simply there to better our society, better our economy, government, etc. We could put some money in that. So what I'm trying to say is this: we are spending so many hours in traffic, and it is very frustrating. Not only it's frustrating, it is bad to the economy. It is bad to the environment. Global warming, gas, cars, people not spending time with their family, people not using their time wisely, the time on things they would potentially be able to do. Again, I am a project manager. I am a real estate agent, and I'm calling for an action. This presentation is simply asking for us to look at ways for us to fix that problem. Understand that if you go to Atlanta, you will see several constructions for buildings, construction for homes, and let me tell you, constructions for jobs, for businesses. And if businesses are opening and jobs opportunities, guess what that means? People will be moving to Atlanta. People are looking for jobs. People are looking for places, and they will. Imagine living in Florida and then imagine moving to Atlanta. Better, the living condition is so much lower. So people are moving to Atlanta. It is estimated that the next 2-3 years, over 2 million people are planning to move to Atlanta. So if over 3 million people or 2 million people are planning to move to Atlanta, and we already have a problem, imagine down the line. It is simply just going to get worse. So you may ask, why don't all these people here take public transportation? We simply don't have that. It takes me 30 minutes to drive to a nearest bus station. It takes me a good 45 minutes to drive to a train station. By the time you drive to a train station, to a bus station, and wait for a good 15, maybe 20 minutes, depending on when the train or the buses come, it's hours and hours and hours. We need to fix this issue. We need to fix this problem. So here is what I'm proposing. I am proposing that we hire researchers, we hire investigators, we hire people who specialize on transportation, people who specialize on mathematics because they have that engineering brain, that building brain, not only in transportation, on construction. I am proposing that we hire these people. Could be one person, but what I'm proposing is that we hire these researchers, these investigators, for them to come up with a solution to this problem. A solution that makes sense for the economy, makes sense to the environment, and makes sense to the people. These researchers, I'm proposing a 3-month project engagement. That 3-month project engagement is funded for $350,000. With that $350,000 project engagement, the first 2 months, simply investigation, simply analyzation, simply just going through and determining the root of the problem and seeing a way, what can we do about that problem. So we're hiring experts to do that particular job, to do that skill. That $250,000 will include food, transportation, shelter for these researchers. And keep in mind, $250,000 investment to a $300 billion problem. So a $350,000 with a proposed solution. So this project is only successful if a solution or multiple solutions are proposed or determined by those researchers that we've hired. They've come up with solutions to fix a problem. That's when the project is successful. The project is also successful if we are within 10% margin. Although the budget is $250,000, if we go more than $10,000, that's more than 10% of that, that's fine. We're gonna have a contingency on that. The expected schedule should take 3 months. It should be a 3 months effort. The first 2 months they do the analysis. In the last month, I will be acting as a mediator to help document those findings, help documenting the solution proposal, and for me to present it to the transportation committee, to the work committee, or whoever in the Atlanta decision makers regarding this problem. We will fix this issue for us, for our environment, for our world. So, in all, I address the problem. We have a problem in Atlanta. We are the number 4 ranked U.S. states with the worst traffic. Number 4. Okay? We have a problem, and it is expected, we are expected to have more people come and live down in Atlanta. So we need to address this issue. We need to address this problem now while we can. So that's that. Secondly, I provided a proposal of how we can fix that problem, or what we can do to fix that problem. I'm not coming up with a solution to the problem, but what we should do for us to come up with ways to solve that problem. Hiring those researchers is the first step. And thirdly, we will be presenting this once this project is approved. Within 3 months after the approval of this project, we will hire those researchers. We will have job description for those researchers, and making sure that the researchers are not doing any construction. They're not doing nothing. They're just simply doing research and providing a solution. Again, thank you so much for your time. Do you have any questions? All right, no questions. Okay. Thank you so much.